Hi everybody, it's Courtney. I'm just coming back to make another dread update. Hopefully the video quality is okay. I'm using my phone, new phone. So yeah, it's been a really long time since my last update. Let's see, it is October. So July, August, September, October. 1 year and 4 months of dreadlocks right here. And I think I've actually managed to gain a little teensy bit of length. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back in my videos to really be able to tell. That's one thing I always wish I started with, was I wish I took like a beginning measurement for how long, like, I don't know, my longest dread is. And right now, I have a lot of loose tips on my dread, so I guess that wouldn't really be a fair measurement. But I wish I took some sort of measurement to like realize how much they've grown. So I don't really remember what I said in my last update, so I'm just going to run through everything. I love my hair. I'm trying to grow out a little bit of like a fringe or some loose hair on my face, but I'm pretty much growing out all of my loose hair. A lot of it is grown already, but I've got some serious progress on this stuff at the front. Doesn't look pretty right now, but anywho, some little curls around the front. Just kind of soften up my hairline. I like it, but I'm just trying to make sure they don't get grown in to my dreads at the front here, which are maturing like crazy. All of my dreads are really bumpy, lumpy and fabulous, like crazy. They've gotten a lot thicker. I don't know if you can notice it in the video, but like they are really dense. Like I can't believe how like shrinkage made them get so much thicker. Like every single one of them is really pretty thick. I didn't make them that way. They were just like fluffy locks, and now that I know better, I would probably go back and make them smaller to begin with, but I actually really like the way they look. I think they fit me really well, so I'm happy with it. Sorry, I keep looking down. I'm just trying to see what I'm showing you, and I have a mirror arranged so I can figure out what I'm showing my audience here. They also have, like, I have a lot, the bumps almost are looking like ripples with a lot of them. Like, they ripple back and forth. It's almost like a curly dreadlock, so I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but like this one has a lot of ripple in it right here at the base of my head. I don't know. They're all kind of like that. It's cool. Definitely getting mature. There's a big difference from how they used to look. And I definitely see like the dreading process happening at the root, like right here. I can see the dreading process happening, which is really cool. Like I'll have like big old loops form with like a few hairs, or like a big bump form, and then like a week later it'll be gone mysteriously, which I think is really cool because I just know that like my dreadlocks are growing from the root into dreads, because I mean you can tell I have zero loose hair at the tip of my, like this is a year of growth and you can't see, there's not a big long loose part. I don't understand why people get their roots like crocheted in and stuff. Like I know I have messy dreads, but like I just don't understand how people are going to like stylists, and or not stylists, but like locticians, and getting their roots locked in, because mine are just automatically like set to this length. This is as far as they get. I've had them for over a year, so I think I've pretty much figured out they dread on their own, and you can see them do it, and I just leave it alone. I know I have a lot of loose hair, so that's probably what people go to locticians for, but that seems to go away on its own too, and it's not so much that it's too, you know, messy looking or anything to like go in public. I mean, if I pull it out, sure, it looks crazy, but even this, you can feel like little knots that have formed in the, I don't know if you can see any of this on the camera, but in these little like strands that are growing in between the dreads, they're already locking up. So eventually they'll get sucked into the dreads, but that process is restarting with every hair I grow. So I'll always have loose hair. And that's probably why people go to electricians. But I don't mind the loose hair. I think it makes me look wild. Trying to think of what else. I pretty much just use dandruff shampoo now. I wash more often than I did before. I'm washing like up to 4 times a week, which I think helps my dreads lock up more. I will be doing a baking soda cleanse as soon as I get more baking soda. I used it all as shampoo because I didn't want to get buildup, but I need to get more baking soda and then do like a cleanse because I know that the sulfate and all of that in the shampoo is not good for your hair or for dreads because it like sticks in them. But so yeah, I'll just do like a deep cleanse with some really hot water and try to make sure that gets taken care of. I heard that's really pretty good way to get rid of it. Baking soda, like lemon juice, I think. But let's see. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm on a lot of coffee right now, so my brain's a little bit ADD. I really love them. Oh, I know what to tell you. I gave my son dreadlocks. He's 8, so I now have an 8-year-old boy with dreadlocks. They're not quite finished yet. Well, he had a very specific haircut. He had an undercut, and if you don't know what that is, that's where like the crown of your head has long hair, and then it's shaved tight to the sides, and it's like a, direct line. It's a really popular haircut right now. But anyway, he had that for a while, and then he grew it out for a long while, and so now he's got dreads on that top part while the rest is still growing because the rest of his hair is only like that long. It's really hard to dread hair that's that long. But if you want to check out my Instagram, I think it's CK Sartain or CK Saint D. I think it's CK Saint D. It's CKSAINT D on Instagram. And I'll post a picture of my son's dreadlocks if you want to check that out. I post a lot of pictures of my hair and, my family and stuff on my Instagram too. So you're welcome to follow me on there. But yeah, so that was pretty exciting, and my parents hate it. But they'll get over it quick. They did with mine too. I don't know why, but they're very judgmental against anything that they don't find normal. But I'm okay with that. Let's see. I think that's just about all the update I have for you. I'm going to show you my dreads. And hopefully next time I show you them, they'll be a bit longer because I've been waiting for them to grow. I had a dream last night that my dreadlocks were down to my hips. And they were really cool. And I remember loving them in my dream. But anyways, I'm going to turn around. Hopefully this lighting is sufficient. Okay. So that's probably a pretty decent close-up of like what my roots look like. I'm sure they look a mess, but you don't really see that. I had this dreadlock for a long time that I was updating you guys on, and it was doing like a L shape and like trying to fold back up towards my head and like eat itself. So I went ahead and undid that part of the dread. And so now it's straight again, and that's just loose hair. So that was one that, whew. Oh, I did just think of a couple more things to update on. And I have beads in them right now because I'm on a long weekend from my job. I don't normally wear beads to my job though, just because I don't want to draw attention to being entirely different. Oh, hopefully this is a better view. And that's what they look like. Yep. Anyhow, hopefully I was in camera for all that. I also wanted to show 2 things, and ooh, I got it on my first try. It's hard to find your dreads sometimes. This is a naturally dreadlock that's dreading from the end up. This is my first one, and I thought it was really cool, so I wanted to show you. See how it looks like it's like eating itself? I was like wanting to go back up that way. I am totally okay with that. I think it's really neat. and it probably looks stupid to people who don't have any ambition toward having dreadlocks, but I think this is really cool because it's happening on its own. And another thing I wanted to update on is my dreads were made twist and rip, and I kind of started to regret that. Not that I don't love my hair, I love my dreads, but I noticed that the twist and rip part, like, from root to here, it was fine, like, for this part, because when the root grew out, it loosened up, but really I made them way too tight right from the get-go, because they weren't dreading up on their own. They were just staying as a tight, dried up chunk of hair. Like, it almost looked like a really tight braid, or like really tight knots, like chunks of hair tied into knots. And I had another one to show you, but I pretty much was having that problem towards the ends of my hair where it was more dry, and I could tell that it was being rubbed, and like, I don't know, all of the natural wear and tear was taking a toll on that really tight twist and rip part of the dreadlock from like almost halfway. So I actually took out the bottom 3 to 4 inches of every single one of my dreadlocks and remade it using the back combing method. And you can't really tell that I've done that, but I can tell, like, this where the bead is was twist and rip, because it looks like knotty little loops. I don't know if you can tell, but I can certainly tell. Up here, it's like knotty little loops, and you can feel them. It's like hard knots. And then down here is like a little soft pillow of messy knotted hair that has been back combed. So I took out most of them, and like from here down has been back combed. A lot of it. Actually, from this one didn't have a lot on it. I can feel the difference right here. There's a loose spot because that's where I started the back comb, and then there's like some knots right here that are starting to form. But yeah, I had to go back up to like here on this one, and this is all back comb. But the back comb part is what's actually dreading on this one. So I think it's a good thing I did that, and I like it a lot better, because before I could tell that they were going to get a lot of damage over time. I could tell they were not healthy because they were like stuck a certain way. It was almost like the way you tie a shoe knot. It looked like knots like that all up and down my dread. I can actually probably find pictures on my Instagram. You could go back on my Instagram and look at how my hair looked close up, and you could tell it had like crisscrossy type knots on it. And now it just looks like matted hair, like dreadlock hair, you know. And I think it'll actually be able to naturally lock up where they could not before, because there was no movement. The dreads need to be able to like move so they can shrink up and become actual dreadlocks. So I don't know, just my personal journey through this all. I know this is a really insanely long video, so thanks for listening. Hopefully you like my dreads. Hopefully this video isn't too crazy, because I am really jacked up on some caffeine right now. But yeah, that's it. Oh, I could show you my thickest and my thinnest. I'm really proud of all like my lumps and bumps. Like this one has a pretty good little crick in it. You guys see that? I can't tell what you can see. There's like a zigzag in that one. That's pretty fun. I think they're so fun when they do that. I have a really thick one back here, and it has a bead on it. And really, they're all pretty thick right now. This has always just been the thickest. But now they're all starting to really get chunky. I mean, this is like bigger than my pinky finger. It's a really big dread. And then my thinnest one is back here behind this ear. And it's a little teeny tiny baby dread. And I like it a lot. I wish that I made them all thinner, because I didn't know that they would thicken up this much. But I'm really happy with them. They fit me, and I like it. Anywho, shortest dread maybe? I could do that. I probably cut off this part of the video. These ones at the front got really short. Those are longer. These are longer. It's these ones in the very front by my ears. This one's definitely the shortest. It like barely comes to my chin. Oh, and that's the one that's got the little dread tail on it. Anywho, longest dread, probably, Oh, and I put braids in them. You probably have noticed that. Probably one of these top threads up here. Oh, that's probably it. This one's probably my longest. It's like pretty long. I don't know. I probably look really silly trying to show you how long a dreadlock is in a video. Oh yeah, and my braids. This is such a terrible video, but hopefully you guys will understand what the influence of coffee does on a person at night. So this dreadlock has a braid in it, and this kind of just an experiment. I dreaded underneath it. This is the dread I had to take out because it was really starting to get a lot of damage where it was twist and rip style, too tight. And then I took it out and I let it breathe for like a really long time, and I just kind of played with the hair. It was kind of nice to have loose hair again, and then I braided a section of it and then dreaded it to keep the braid in, which is really cool. But the braid is starting to dread up, which is neat too. And I'm interested to see what the process looks like because I have one where you can barely see it was ever a braid. It's right here, and it's really, really frizzy and starting to like get fatter. Do you see how it's like really fat right there? It wasn't like that for a long time, so interesting. Anywho, thanks for listening to my ridiculous ramblings about my hair. This is a long enough update to make up for my lack of updates. 1 year and 4 months dreadlocks. Here they are. And I'm very happy with them. And I hope you like them too. Alright, I love you. Bye-bye.